Hi guys, today Clash of the Supporters special edition. This is the all women's edition. Um, I'm so sorry I took too much of your time because for the first time in a long time, we didn't have power in my estate, which is due to the fact that we have fuel issues in Nigeria. So let us start by me inviting over the representatives of each team. That is Team OB, Team Atiku, and Team uh, Ashiwaju. So we've got our people here. When they send request. When I don't know, say Clash of the Supporters no get request. Election is drawing near. Okay, Team Atiku Oshu. Okay, youth and women empowerment. Okay, so who is Bongoli? Reps, please. Okay, so who's representing who? Peter Ebojele, are you the one representing women? Okay, Femi Aderogba. Think Peter Ebojele, Mama, Femi Aderogba. Okay. Now women debate we get to. Awalokan. Now you they represent Timobi.
Yes, so
I think say now women Mama Tuzi they here.
Okay.
And Femi Aderogba. I think say now women today. Now only
they try to find my phone stand.
Mama Tuzi, see as you find today.
Hello, Mama Tuzi. I mean, how you take put the name? I don't forget to.
Somebody say, Daddy Free, send me your account. No need to send it. I go type on here. When you send something, I go, you know how many times people don't say, oh, Daddy Free, send me your account. Hi, how are you doing? Clash of the Supporters. Clash of the Supporters.
Okay.
So I've sent Femi. Nigeria is a country. Nigeria is indeed a country. Okay. Come, waiting Sheon Kuti talk where Peter P Square they take fight time. I just they see all these plenty posts while we are waiting for this guy. Waiting talk.
The people that are going through the pain of this country are the people themselves. The people that are going through the pain of this country are the ones that can save this country, not the ones that are refuse to koto, refuse to bow, refuse to sing any song where they will like. No politician can hear any of my song and smile. That's why my song is not on the radio. Because they own all the radio. That's why my song is not on the TV. Because they own all the TV. That's why all the social media boys don't praise my songs. You know why? Because these motherfuckers own
Hey.
after they play the game.
Cheun can't spoil everything when they yarn. Can't use strong word. But I get what he's trying to say. Peter fired back apparently. Peter said he has erased his father's memory. And all that. And I don't see why that would, you see, we need to be very careful with the narratives we sell, especially artists. Both of them have points. I understand where Peter is coming from, the suffering in Nigeria. He's a lot and blah 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 blah. But I also understand where Sheun is coming from, because Nigerian artists cannot lie and say they've not benefited from government.
Daddy Freeze, you're going in and out. At least on my hand, I can.
Yes, the problem is
Also from this side, it's not clear.
if I want to talk, you guys have to mute. So I was listening to the Sheun Kuti and Peter P Square argument over Peter Obi, and here's what I think. They both have points. Peter P Square, who put his weight behind Peter Obi, for the first time we're hearing musicians actually supporting politicians, and they're showing concern and all that, and which is a good thing. It's free and fair, everybody's exercising their rights. But Sheun also has a big point, because we cannot lie that Nigerian musicians have benefited from the governments, the corrupt governments, especially the Jonathan administration. I wouldn't say that is a corrupt government, because I don't have the yardstick to measure corruption, but I know Nigerian artists and entertainers benefited tremendously from that particular government. So yes, they both have a point, but at the end of the day, it's a very passionate period. I don't want to fuel anyone against anyone. What I always tell people is vote for the candidate you believe in, the candidate you understand, and the one you think can make the change. Whichever candidate you vote for, I personally would prefer a Nigeria under bad government than a Nigeria at war. I'm sorry, guys. You can hate me all you want. If the other option, Cash Jr., you are very dumb. You are a total buffoon for putting up your account details on my live. Okay? I will rather any day of the week have another 3 tenures of corrupt government than Nigeria at war, because there is no country on earth that can handle Nigeria's refugee crisis. 200 million people. The whole of the UK is 65 million people. The whole of Canada is less than 100 million people. There is nowhere to put 200 million. We are not 10 million, we are not 20 million. We are 200 million people. It is going to be a catastrophe. So, Daddy Freeze, instead of us going to war, I would rather another corrupt government. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. The whole of Germany is 80 million. Where do you want to put 200 million people? So, more important than anything, someone said we are 40 million in Canada. Canada is already tired. So how do you want to distribute? How do you want to distribute 200 plus million people? Where do you want to put them? Where do you want to put them? I know you guys are angry, and I appreciate your anger. I will never take your anger away from you. But if your anger is going to lead to war, Yoruba people say entoba fori fagmo ni genue. The person wey using head break coconut no go follow them chop inside. So whatever party you want to vote for, please vote for that party. The reason why I have this live every Tuesday on my platform is so you can sell your party's market. If na Tinubu you want to sell them, you have the opportunity to sell Tinubu here. You have the opportunity to sell Peter Obi here. You have the opportunity to sell Atiku Abubakar here. You have the opportunity to sell your candidate on Star Wars. Any candidate. And one thing that has been consistent in this is different people have won Star Wars over the tenure of this game. Sometimes Atiku will win, sometimes Obi will win, sometimes Tinubu will win. Why is that? So that there can be fairness. I do not believe that anybody can I do not believe that the safety and the security of lives and property of Nigerians is more important than anything. No, and I'm going to say this to all of you. Please, where is Aderogba now? Aderogba is what we are waiting for. No candidate can change the fortunes of Nigeria in 8 years. None. Some people will try more than others, but it's an uphill task. You must know. And whoever tries will be faced with Nigerian madness at every stage. It is when they want to change Naira notes that you understand how mad staff of banks are. Small petrol scarcity like this. Mute your mic, I beg you. Someone said Nigeria is already at war, my brother. That's a lie from the pits of hell. That's the lie the devil is trying to sell. Nigeria is not at war. Nigeria is not at war. Nigeria will not be at war. What is at war? Poverty is not war. It is what it is. It is poverty. The difference between war and poverty is war is poverty with pain and sorrow and unrest. That is war. War is worse than poverty. Ask anybody who has lived through a war. Ask the Vietnamese. Ask the Biafrans. Ask the Iraqis, the Libyans, the Iranians. Ask Kosovo. Ask Russia. They will tell you what war is. It's different from what we are going through in Nigeria right now. Is a joke compared to war. Someone says, are you condoning oppression? By having you on my life, I am condoning the stupidity passed from one generation to the other through DNA. I am condoning your father's stupidity that is exhibited through your foolishness. By allowing you on this life, are you condoning oppression? Instead of war, I'll take oppression. If that's what you want to hear, I've told you. Instead of war, oppression is better. Because war is oppression. Go and ask the Biafrans what they went through. And the Nigerians who lived through it. Ordinary Ife Modakeke of 1997, 1998. Go and ask them what their eyes saw. Stupid people come to my life to talk like, if I ever see you on my life again, you see what I will do. If you don't have sense, are you condoning up? Where's the oppression? This is the oppression. Let war start, you see what oppression is. Okbonu. Let me tell you, whether it's Peter Obi or Tinubu or Atiku, when they enter the office, they will nobody can reduce Nigerian madness in 8 years. Nigerians are mad by default. Just look around you. And this is the last thing I'm going to say before I move on. Look around you. Small changing of notes. Bank don't begin the hoard. Do you know what petrol stations do? They will collect your cash, sell it at a profit to the POS attendant, who will now sell it at a profit to you. That's the round tripping of the naira done by fuel attendants who are not politicians. I say this all the time. The regular man on the street is worse than the politician in power. He not just get power to thief. And the moment he has the power, he will behave like this true. Just look at this crisis. Person, they go bank, go petrol station, go buy fuel. You collect 10,000 naira from you. Sell it at 10,200 to the POS operator. The POS operator will sell it to you at 11,000. Now, guess what? From the filling stations, they're already selling 10,000 naira at 10,500. So the POS attendant is now selling it back at 11,500 so that they can make their own 1K on every 10,000 naira. So you see, Peter Obi can come and change policies. He cannot change mindset. Mindset now your papa job to change. And you and your papa now go change mindset. Peter Obi go change policy. Tinubu go change government structure. Atiku go change. Your papa failed you because he didn't change your mindset. If you have a good mindset, good for you. And the only way to change mindset is when you go to Canada, where everybody has a different mindset. You know you have to change. If you don't change, hunger go beat you. But to say you did this Nigeria, where everybody they think like animal, you go join them, they think like animal. So let us start. I'm not going to waste any more of your time. We're going to stick this to exactly 1 hour. Star Wars is already on. Odun Ayo Olalere, I think that's a Tinubu supporter, sent 530 stars. How do you participate in Star Wars? It's so easy. Go to Facebook, search for Daddy Freeze, DADDYFREEZE. This will pop up. Scroll down to today's video right here, click on it, bottom left hand corner, buy stars. When you are buying your stars, write who you are buying for. If you are buying for Tinubu, write Tinubu. If you are buying for Atiku, write Atiku. If you are buying for Peter Obi, write Peter Obi. Okay, so if we're ready, let's start. Tinubu is already leading the Star Wars. Obedience. I know you guys come out and you always come with the volume. Do it now. Articles also come now. Clash of the support. Star Wars is always free and fair. Now he who buy the most stars, now we go hail. So over to you guys. Starting with, according to the hierarchy I have here, hierarchy of starting, that is, Atiku, Asiwaju, Obi goes last. So 3, 2, 1, let's start with Atiku. Someone says, remember, Peter Obi fans got questions from Tinubu. Okay, we're gonna work on that, but in the meantime, over to Team Atiku, starting first. So go ahead. You've got a 5-minute time limit, and I'm going to ensure the time is strictly adhered to. So let us begin. Unmute your mic to speak.
All right. Good day, everyone. Depending on our time zone. If you're in America, good evening. If you're in Europe, good morning. And Nigeria, good morning. As you know, my name is Femi Aderoba, and I'm representing Team Atiku. Tonight, we are going to be debating on the topic that says youth and women empowerment. Well, according to the WHO, The youth is still within the age bracket of 15, possibly to 30. And in Nigeria, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar has actually formulated plans to ensure that people within these age brackets are well catered for. Also, he has moved on to create plan on policies that will ensure that our females, women, either at adult stage or youthful stage, he has rolled out the plan that will make them to be properly empowered. And when we're talking about empowerment, what are we actually talking about? One of those things we're talking about is how with their economic life, the social lifestyle will actually be improved, both the lifestyle of the youth and the women. Well, let me start with the youth. We all know that in Nigeria, one of those things or one of those trouble APC government has brought to us is the case of unemployment. And we cannot actually deal with this without setting up policies, setting up goals that will ensure that we deal with this case of unemployment. And Alhaji Atiku Abubakar has actually created initiatives that will ensure that the unemployed youth are absorbed into the public sector. And one of those things he plans to do is what I call the public work program. And he said that through the public work program, it's going to be a better version of what the APC government is doing, the empower of the team that is not even fulfilling. He said that he will ensure that youth and women are absorbed into relevant parastatals, working 3 hours in a day and ensuring that they can earn more than 50,000 naira, which is beyond the minimum wage every month. Also, he has promised to help those who are actually beyond what I call unemployment, who are actually self-employed, who are entrepreneurs. He has promised to roll out funds that will support their businesses. Because if we study what has been happening in the past 8 years, you will agree with me, or you will say that in Nigeria today, many businesses have actually collapsed. And Alhaji Atiku Abubakar has said that he is going to roll out average of $10 billion to help businesses in different states in the country to ensure that they can thrive and they can deal with the case of insufficient capital. And we can see that in Nigeria, we only have few businesses that are actually thriving, or few businesses that are actually working the way that is expected. How can we believe that Alhaji Atiku Abubakar will actually do this? Don't forget that he has been president of Nigeria for 8 years, and after he left office, he has established many businesses that are actually ensuring that our youth, our women, and Nigerians at large are actually benefiting from this goal. So if he's also able to become the president, inshallah, February 2023, he will ensure that all these are done. And on the last note, he also promised to improve our infrastructure. He promised to ensure that we have amenities that can actually ensure the growth of our youth, that can actually support their development, and can as well ensure that they are fulfilled in life. Well, I will be pausing here and I will be continuing thereafter. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Team Atiku Abubakar, for keeping to time. That is wonderful of you guys. Going over to Team Tinubu. Mama Tuzi, how are you this evening or this morning, wherever you are?
Evening, I'm doing good, sir.
And your time limit starts now.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for the opening speech that the phrase, because at least that's the elephant in the room that was addressed. Talking about empowerment, this topic is very important to me. I myself, as a wife and partner to, as a small business owner, it is important. For me, I see empowering women, empowering young people as putting the country, the community on the right path. If Nigeria is to reach its full potential, every person, every segment within that population has to be given fair chance to contribute their own quota to the well-being of that country and to put Nigeria on the right path to greatness. I'm not going to talk too much about statistics today. Everybody knows I always talk statistics, but I feel it's not necessary. I have Peter here that will help me with that. And of course, Femi is here too. They will definitely talk about that. But this is something different. We know that Nigeria, like you said, Femi, people ages 15 to 35. We have over 130 million people that falls in that range. That's a lot of people. Imagine getting all those people empowered. Think about the implication of that, the economic impact of that on the Nigeria state. When you're talking about empowering young people or empowering women. So it is something that is important that this Asiwaju's administration will be looking into. And then when you talk about empowering women, you know that if you give a woman a pair of shoes, she's going to change the world. When you empower a woman, you are not just trying to help her alone. Besides the fact that you are increasing the skilled workforce, you are also helping local economies. When more women work, businesses thrive, economies thrive, businesses do better. You'll be able to raise families out of poverty. Generational wealth is created. Self-sufficiency, everybody will benefit. So, just like my brother here, Femi said, we will go into more details later, but just to let you know that of all these three candidates, the only person that I can say boldly that has actually empowered both young and old women alike, that has supported them, whether politically or even through education, that has actually shown any attempt at all to empower young people, is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. These people that is actually touched, they are alive today. They've been campaigning for him. We've heard from even the ones they are not in like public lights. We've heard from people. One thing I do know is that whatever Asiwaju says is going to do, he's going to do it. We know that there are studies that have actually shown that empowering our youth will not only impact them or their household or their loved ones, it will impact their society as a whole. Crimes will go down, poverty will go down. As time goes on, I will talk about the programs of Asiwaju and how he plans to implement it. So for now, I'm just going to stop right here and give Peter the floor.
Awesome. Wow. Team Tinubu did even better than Team Atiku with regards to timing. Over to you, Peter Ebojele of Team Peter Obi. Peter supporting Peter. Sounds like women supporting women.
Good morning, Daddy Freeze.
Good morning.
Ladies and gentlemen from wherever you are in the world. My name is Peter Ebojele, and I am a concerned Nigerian who really wants Nigeria to make meaningful progress at this point in time. And that is the reason why I'm supporting Peter Obi. Now, the topic for today, youth empowerment, youth and women empowerment. Now, this is a very, very beautiful topic, because when we talk about empowerment, the best person running for president today who can really say is going to empower the youths and the women and will believe is the person of Peter Obi. You see, generally in Nigeria, we generally know that politicians are liars. Many politicians, when they tell you something, they're just telling you because they want to win election. It's very, very difficult to find a politician who is as truthful, as straightforward as Peter Obi. And that's the reason why we are queuing behind him. Now, you see, when do you want to empower youths and women? The first thing you need to do is to pull people out of poverty. That is the only way you can have real empowerment. And these are things that Peter Obi has handled before at a smaller level, which is Anambra State, where he governed. And he's telling us that he's going to do it at a larger scale, in a larger way, when he becomes president of Nigeria. Now, in Anambra State, for example, it was published on the pages of newspaper. Specifically, I'm just picking one of what he did. In 2011, he released the sum of 400 million naira to youths who have learned a skill, all right, to take off their business. And that's really, really brought about a very big economic boost in the sphere of youths. Now, the women you see today, they are the homemakers. A lot of women, by tradition of many people in Nigeria, they are relegated to the background. But Obi is somebody who is very, very strong on women empowerment. He's very, very strong on gender equality, because if you don't begin from gender equality, you miss a lot of things. Now, I'll give you an example. When Obi was governor for 8 years, his deputy governor was a woman. Obi had 40% women in his government for 8 years. Now, when Obi is talking about women and youth empowerment, he has done it before. He's a man who doesn't say something because he just wants to say it. You will even discover now that the political dynamics of Nigeria in 2023, that's why it's difficult for those liar politicians who have been coming to lie to people, without people asking questions. Obi has changed the dynamics of everything. He has his report card to show when it comes to empowerment of youths and women, and he's going to do that when he becomes president of Nigeria. Now, one of the ways you can, enhance youth development, youth empowerment, is to empower them, first of all, educationally. Obi is very strong on education. He talks about education. He doesn't just talk. He has done it before, and he's going to do it again. When you empower people educationally, you empower them to learn, and then you deal with insecurity. People will begin to have confidence to come to Nigeria to invest. Because a lot of times when people talk about, one man cannot change the country. Yes, we agree that one man cannot change everything about the country, but one man can change the story of the country. Because today when we talk about insecurity, it's because of the bad level of people losing their jobs, people becoming frustrated by the day. And that's why insecurity has heightened the way it is today. If people are talking about we empower people, I don't think we can trust the APC, because they have said a lot of things before. For example, they said that there will be student loan 8 years. Festus Keyamo was defending, he said they are wrapping up revenue. So if you wrap up revenue in 8 years to fulfill and end up not fulfilling the promise you made to the youths, that shows the capacity of telling lies, that they are used to as regular politicians that have put us where we are today. But when Obi is talking, this is a man who speaks the truth. For example, Obi left PDP on the ground of principles. You see, when somebody is promising something, you look at what are the principles of this person, because you can never separate the promise of a man from his principles. People who are notorious for telling lies, people who are notorious for just making promises, they call it a political statement, and they are happy to say that, they can never be trusted. Obi doesn't make an empty political statement. He does something, when he says something, he's going to do it. That's Obi for you. Today, Obi has Peter Obi Foundation that majors on assisting women and girls, that's girl child education, till today. You see, Obi is a man who really preaches gender equality, and he has said it, that when he becomes president of Nigeria, he is going to do all he can to increase women participation, because you cannot liberate people without making them participate. In Nigeria, all we are asking for is trust. Can we really trust these people? Obi is a man, when you ask that question...
Time up. You have overshot your time by 1 minute. Now, here's what's going to be happening. If you overshoot your time, I will remove it from the next. So if you are supposed to have 5 minutes the next time, everybody else will have 5 minutes. Only you will have 4 minutes. But that is moving forward. We are not starting it now. So Peter, don't panic. So let's go over to Star Wars. we have Cornerstone and Odunwayo, both supporting Team Ashiwaju. They're currently leading with 1,730 stars. 1,730 stars. Obese people, where are you guys? Atiku's people, where are you guys? Don't let Team Ashiwaju win this particular Star Wars without people trying. How do you buy stars? It is so easy. Guys, mute your mics, please. I'm so sorry. And so Instagram, don't do now. This is how to buy stars. Let me show you. For you to take part in Star Wars, it's actually so easy. Come to Facebook. Search for Daddy Freeze. DADDYFREEZE. This will pop up. Daddy Freeze has 811,000 followers. Scroll down to today's video. This is the video. Click on it. And scroll down to the bottom left hand corner. This little corner here, it looks right because the screen is inverted, but if we're facing you, it will be your bottom left hand corner. Scroll there and click the star icon. Once you click the star icon, it will pop up and you can get stars. So when you are buying the stars, remember to say you are buying the stars for this team or for that team. It is really that easy. So big shout out to you all. Big shout out to everyone. Good day on the debate. Right now we're moving over to the second segment, and that is the rebuttal segment. So once again, we're starting with Team Atiku, who has a 5-minute time limit. 3, 2, 1. Over to you, Femi Aderogba, representative of Team Atiku Abubakar. Mute. Unmute.
Daddy Freeze, thanks once again for this wonderful privilege. I've listened to you today. I've listened to Pastor Peter, the spokesman of Peter Obi, who loves to give us things, unrealistic stuff. When I listened to your manifesto of your boss. One of the things you told us is that you said Peter Obi has actually improved the economy, blah blah the thing. But I don't know if you were able to search for some truth about Anabra's economic prosperity while Peter Obi was the governor. Don't forget the number Anambra was while your boss was the governor of Anambra State. Don't also forget that education is the bedrock of any nation. While it was there, the store that the youth they needed is education, tertiary education. The case of ASU strike were there. Also, medical facilities. We all know how Peter will be underfunded the health sector. But I'm not here, to actually deal with you. I'm only telling you a reminder about that you need to cross-check what you said and merge it together so that they can be balancing. You will not only be giving us raw data. You'll be able to give us facts and truthful information. Yeah, back to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, the man for the job, the man who is well qualified to get it right. We all know that insecurity is one of those issues in our country today. We can see how the youth are even engaged in kidnapping cases in Nigeria today. We can also see how youth are also victim of many kidnapping cases. And one way Alhaji Atiku Abubakar is planning to empower the youth is through the security sector. And one of those things they want to do is he wants actually to set up what we call the state policing system, whereby Nigerians, youth that are passionate about securing the nation can actually have the strength to be recruited into the state police sector. And we all know that if we can have a policing sector that can actually be effective at the state level, we can honestly achieve a strengthened security system. And one of those people Alhaji Atiku Abubakar is targeting are the youth. If he wants to empower them, to be security conscious, he also wants to keep them into the state policing system so that they can actually secure our state, our territory better. Also, in the aspect of infrastructural development, we all know that if we don't have good infrastructure, there is nothing we can do. If there is no power, if there is no good road, if there is no economic centers and whatsoever, our youth can never be empowered. And this man has said that he is going to ensure that the youth are able to get relevant infrastructure, that we get them empowered. And what are these infrastructure? Let's go to the IT sector. And one of those areas that many people are keen to, I'm sure you today, is intended to pursue a career in the IT sector or trying to work remotely. And I'm sure Pastor Peter, will also be taken along that line. And one of those things he intends to do is to ensure that we have a digitalized system. And I've said earlier in one of my debates, I said we have in Nigeria that almost everything seems manual. If you ask if in Nigeria has the paper today, they will say they don't have, except they use VPN. If you ask them if they are trading Bitcoin, they will say they don't have, except they're using VPN. And all these things are what is moving on that country forward. He plans to ensure that we have a digital economy, an economy whereby usually can be in Nigeria, she can offer services abroad, and economy whereby usually can be in Nigeria and can also promote our IT aspect and ensure that everybody, they are properly equipped. So Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, he intends Nigeria and actually be strong. We have in Nigeria that youth can actually be engaged digitally and they can always have their services delivered over the internet. We have many graduates today that they can write, that they can sing, and they can do all manner of things. But the problem they are having is that they don't know how to deliver their services across board. With the power, with the plan of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, we will be able to have digital platforms that ensures that youth can actually offer their services from home and they can earn money. Who knows? Maybe we will be able to have more dollars in our system, and that will also help the value of Naira to strengthen. So this is one of those things Alhaji Atiku Abubakar is looking forward to do, and we believe when he becomes the president, he is going to do it. Thank you.
All right. Perfectly put. A little overboard, but nothing major, so you're forgiven. Yetunde Mamatuzi, representative of Team Ashiwaju, the turn is now yours, and you have exactly 5 minutes. Let's make this happen.
So I'm not going to, I know this is supposed to be pushback, but I'm not going to waste anybody's time to do that, because I think we've been at this for a long time. We've pushed back on a lot of narratives. I'm coming here to push back again today when election is just for how many days away. It's not worth it for me. I think it's more beneficial to my candidate to actually sell the plan of my candidate than to be pushing back on narratives that we've done that over and over again. So I'm just going to talk about the youth empowerment. I did say I would talk more on what the plan is, which is the youth. There's two categories. We have the youth entrepreneurship and job creation, and we have the social and political empowerment. Ashiwaju understands all of this, because if there's one thing he knows is that if there's an investment that can guarantee, that you can guarantee is going to yield good return on your investment, is actually empowering the youth. So he knows this. And under youth empowerment and job creation, it's 5 categories there. Easy access to credit, because he's been talking about credit access for our entrepreneurs, for our startups. His plan is to collaborate with CBN and, of course, in partnership with our commercial banks, coming up with initiatives and incentivizing them also on targeting low-cost loans for our youth-led enterprises. Of course, we have some federally owned banks and affiliate banks that will also be used for these schemes also. Then there's the business mentorship. You know, one thing I've noticed since I've been a business owner in America is you can come to me and I can tell you everything about this business, and then you go into it. If you really don't know, which Nigerians like to do, by the way, if you don't know anything about it, then you end up with $50,000, $100,000 that you've invested in something, and this business has to fold up within a year, or you can't sustain it. So I'm very, very happy about that, the business mentoring part of it, which will involve over 2 million volunteers if we can get volunteers. It's not going to be just business owners, it's going to be professionals, experts in their fields that are interested, genuinely interested in actually helping Nigeria with the youth unemployment, with owning their own skills or starting a business that can actually help them on a volunteer basis. Of course, as a youth, I think that if you're going to make any policy that will affect me as a young person in Nigeria, to have a say as part of it. And that's why there's going to be the Youth Advisory Council, which I think is very important. I will talk about it when I get under the social and political empowerment. I will talk about more about that. And then, of course, there will be the NYSC reform. I'm sure a lot of people here actually went through NYSC service. And what does it mean? What is the sense in me studying banking and finance, and then you post me to something that has nothing to do with what I studied in school? My 1 year, I want my 1 year to actually empower me to be able to function in the private or government or whatever, prepare me for the workforce. That is what I want. And that is why NYSC is going to be reformed, to be able to do that, prepare our graduates for working. And then, of course, we have something called business incubator centers. And if you're wondering what that is, you can either Google it, but their main objective is to help startups or entrepreneurs, to help them register their business, own their skills, help them navigate the whole legality of patency, trademarks, your intellectual properties. Those things are things that are very important. And then moving to social and political empowerment. Even without talking too much of this, we have people still living that Asiwaju has empowered politically. Already in Asiwaju's manifesto, it's reserving 9 cabinet positions, ministerial positions, not assistant, ministerial positions for people under the age of 50, 3 for people under 40, and 6 for people under 50. So that is 9 positions. It's committed to that. Again, there's presidential directives that is planning to do that 20% of all political appointments to any MDAs needs to be youth, people under 40. I won't even qualify for that anymore, because I just turned 40 2 weeks ago. And then, of course, there will be the biannual state of youth survey, which I think if Asiwaju gets there, and I know he's going to get there, if he gets there and this is there, I encourage all youth to participate. You want change, you need a data-driven change. You need change that is supported by data, policies that is supported by data. So you're going to be getting there. We have the most technologically savvy youth in the world, and we can use that. And then, of course, there will be the Presidential Fellowship Scheme, which is something similar to the one-day governor they have in Lagos. Of course, this one is more on a grander level. We want our youth to be prepared for leadership positions. So this will give our talented, determined youth opportunity to actually experience what governance and politics actually mean. If I have that opportunity, United Nations have stuff like that. WHO have stuff like that. World Bank have things like that. If we have that, that is quite impressive, and I would like to be part of that if I have it. Talking about women empowerment, I know I might not have enough time to go into this, so I will revert back to it, but let me start something. I mentioned earlier that if you give a woman a pair of shoes, she's going to change the world. I mean that. When more women work, economies grow. The society thrives. Women's economic empowerment is the only thing. It is central to realizing women's rights and ending any form of discrimination. This is very, very important to me. It's one of my core values. I cherish that. I feel like I believe that women should be able to aspire to whatever level they so want to. And God bless the men in our lives like Daddy Freeze that support women and actually encourage them to be whatever they want to be. When you empower women, you we want them to be empowered, have equal participation in markets. We want them to have access and control over productive resources, over their time and their body, meaningful participation in economic decision at all levels, in the household, in their community, on the international stage, wherever. Right to education, because Peter mentioned education. Yes, our girl child. We cannot send our boys to school at the expense of our girls. So I'll come back to it. Thank you, Dad Freeze. Thank you.
You are most welcome. You overshot your time. Please watch it next time. Finally, over to Peter Ebojele with Peter Obi. Your time starts now.
All right. I want to quickly start by saying that when we look at the candidates that are running for president, the only person that is not afraid of the camera, the only person that is not afraid of journalists is Peter Obi, because he is the only one that is prepared to really run Nigeria and make it great again. You see, it baffles me sometimes when ideas, because there's nothing I'm going to say now that is compared to half of what Obi have said that he will do or he has already done. But in the case of other aspirants, it is people that are helping them to either interpret their manifesto because they don't know what is inside. It's people that help them to package it to make it look good. And then a lot of times, people who are not supporting Obi, the disobedience, always manufacture lies just to try to paint Obi bad. They have searched and searched. They have not seen anywhere Obi stole money. They have searched and searched. They have not seen where Obi owed anybody salary. They have searched and searched. They have not seen anything. So the next thing is what? They try to manufacture lies just to paint him in a dirty way. For example, people talk about there was ASU strike. Which of the ASU went on strike because Obi didn't pay them or because Obi didn't fund the school? It's unfounded. You can't find it anywhere. It's just a manufactured thing. We know when we won't complain about ASU strike, we should be blaming PDP and APC because they are the ones that have been ruling since. And then when they make promises most times, you see, what they do is that they just find professors and people who are smart to write, manifesto for them. For example, like the APC, the Tinubu was even the one that said they have the tape that when APC comes into power, 4 years will be 4 years. 4 years is not 4 years now. That's one line I was told before, that they want to empower youth. We don't see empowerment. People are going to be made more poorer. Even Tinubu agreed when it was saying recruit 50 million youth. He said 3% unemployed. I have the full tape. So he's agreeing that they have failed. And the same man is still coming to say he wants to come and pass. How? The same man that does not even know the difference between F9, E8, and the rest wants to come and help people. How? The same man said anybody who can cock a gun and clean the chamber and shoot is competent to repair a tractor in the farm. That's the youth empowerment that they know. You see, when we say some of these things, we are not lying against them. There are tapes to show. People who want to, they tell you the percentage of youths that will be involved in their government. You want to ask them how old they are. Old and feeble. So the old and feeble want to hold power and now help 20% of youths. That is the crisis in Nigeria today. People who don't understand economics. People who just make noise, they just make promises. They just say it so that let's tell them something so that they will vote for us. But you see, the funny thing is that Tinubu has not been able to make his what he wants to go and do plain. He has not spoken anywhere to analyze his manifesto because he doesn't know what's inside. You see, these people just say things to get power. Atiku Abubakar, I have not seen him done his analysis. It's people that are helping them to talk. Spokesman here, spokesman there so that when they don't perform, they will say they were not the ones that said it. Oh, it was somebody else that said it. That's what they do. When the APC government came in, Buhari denied most of the promises that they made, even on tape. Today, the APC government is making policy. APC candidates is fighting the government policy. Do you know why? Because the policy will not favor their old way of manipulating the system. Those are some of the things that really make Nigerians not to trust these politicians who have been lying for decades. That, oh, I want to come and do this, I want to do that. When you look at Peter Obi, this is a man who has a clean record. Peter Obi does not make promises that he cannot fulfill. Peter Obi sold himself to Nigerians. I got convinced to vote for Peter Obi by Peter Obi. It wasn't people that told me. Peter Obi sold himself to Nigerians. That is why you see millions and millions of Nigerians are queuing behind Peter Obi, because he has been able to sell himself to Nigeria. You cannot empower people who are jobless without giving them a job. You must have to create the job. Peter Obi is the only person that have always been consistent, saying that he wants to turn Nigeria from consumption to production. You cannot talk about re-empowerment without production. You see, you can't paint it. Oh, I will do this one, I will do that. Why have the APC government not done it since 8 years? Look at Tinubu's campaign, always blaming PDP. Oh, 16 years, they put 16 billion into power and could not secure a down payment for a roasted ton of the electricity. A man who doesn't know what he's even saying wants to come and help us. And he's angry that we don't believe. That's where we find ourselves. Recruit 50 million youths into the army.
Are you serious?
Empowerment that he has done.
Eh?
Placing people in Lagos today with the foundation of Agbewo.
I'm coming out now.
That's what they are good at. So Nigerians, I'm telling you, when somebody is saying something, look at the character of the man that
I'm coming to take it now. I'll be eating it here live.
He has the capacity to fulfill his promises. It's my time up. The farmers will make more money. Your land will not be imported.
Time up.
That's the empowerment.
Time up. Time up. Time up. Time up. Time up. All right, guys. Very wonderfully put. I actually enjoyed this particular session. You guys have done well once again. Quite a lot of comic relief and also very, very entertaining. So before we go over to the Bass Boss segment, I want to talk about Star Wars. Ladies and gentlemen, big shout out to Buki Nwachuku says support for the show. Thank you, Buki. Thank you so much. So far we have 1,700 stars in support of Team Tinubu. Team Tinubu is doing so well today. Oh my goodness. The Black Mentor has come. Black Mentor just dumped 5,000 stars, taking away the former victory of Team Ashiwaju. Black Mentor for Team Atiku Abubakar. Big shout out to him. Joseph Nantoma is leading with 5,000 stars. Obi people, where are you? Not a single star for Team Obi. Not a single star for Team Obi. So, we're about to move into the Bass Boss segment, and we're starting with 10 straight minutes of Bass Boss. When we come back, you're all going to answer a Daddy Freeze question. But before we go into Bass Boss, let me show you how to get stars. Go to your Facebook page. Top right hand corner search bar. Daddy Freeze, DADDYFREEZE. This page will show up. Scroll down to this video. This is today's video. On the bottom left hand corner, you will see how to get stars. Please go over there and get your stars. Once again, go to Facebook, search for Daddy Freeze, scroll down and get your stars. Take care, guys. Looking out for you. So far, Team Tinubu was leading, and all of a sudden Atiku came and took over. Oh wow, somebody just bought something. Is Obi going to enter the race? Lynette Chichi also for Team Tinubu. So Obi has not shown up at all in this race so far. So it is a 2-horse race. Team Atiku versus Team Ashiwaju. Who is going to win today? I'm talking about Star Wars. So come on over to Facebook and get stars. Big shout out to you. So we're about to start the Bass Bulls segment. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Daddy Prince.
Yes.
I thought maybe you were going to ask your question because I'm not the one taking Bass Bulls.
Okay. So let me ask my question then. Since you've been here for a while already. So let me ask you my question. If you're ready, let's go. I'm going to ask a popular trending question. Seun Kuti versus Peter Okoye of P Square. In 2 minutes, exactly 2 minutes, and your timer starts now. Analyze that situation. Starting again from Team Atiku. Are you there? Are you ready?
Yes. Can someone else start?
Okay, Peter Obi, you start.
First of all, I would say that I do not have the information on their arguments. So if I had a foundation to what they are arguing about, then I'll be able to give my own what I think. But however, based on what I have seen so far, a lot of times people who there are people who do not support any politician. They belong to the class of people who just believe that once he's a politician, he can never be trusted, he is a liar and all of that, without looking closely into the principles of those people. There are people who have gotten to a point in Nigeria where they just believe that, forget it, there is no government that can help Nigeria. That is an extreme, and that's not true. Some people who belong to that school of thought, each time you talk about Peter Obi, they say, all of them they say, give them power, they will misbehave. They won't bother to go and research. Now, some is because of maybe the pains and sacrifices that their families have paid. For example, the head of the Kuti family once said, when they talked about obedience, he was now telling Obi that his anger was what the family have gone through, the pains they have gone through under the hands of government in Nigeria is something they can't recover from. So, owing to that, I want to believe that Seun is towing the line of, the family have said Nigeria don't do them bad, so they don't want to talk for Nigeria, they don't want to vote. Maybe that is his own point of view. You see, Peter of the P Square, Peter is one man who is tired, like me and other good Nigerians, tired of the system. A system that tries to choke you, a system you are even trying to help, they are fighting against you. Peter Okoye have decided to support Peter Obi because Peter Obi was able to market himself to Nigerians, and Peter Okoye believes in Obi just as we believe in Obi. So
Time up.
Bring a contrary
Time
idea
up.
of Nigeria not feel better. We dey vex for them.
Oh yeah, time up. Who's going next? Yesterday?
Yes, sir. it's funny that you can see the hypocrisy in everything you just said. Talking about they attack people because they have passion. Passion or no passion, we all have one voice, one vote. And for people that will say, oh, you people living overseas shouldn't be saying something. The last time I checked, I still have my Nigerian passport and I'm a Nigerian citizen, even though I'm also an American citizen. I vote here, and while I can't come to Nigeria to vote this 2023, I have the right, a constitutional right, to contribute to Nigeria, whether with my voice or in service. So you need to believe that. I'm going to Peter P Square, and Sheon has his right. If he doesn't want to participate in any election, is his right. We can only try to encourage him to be part of the progress, be part of the change, but nobody has any right. We are operating a democratic institution, not an autocratic one, not a dictatorship. We can't dictate to people. I can't tell my mother who to vote for. Like, I can't tell my husband who to vote for. He can support whoever he wants to support, and I will support whoever I want to support. So yes, P Square is not their right. He doesn't have any right whatsoever to now even bring Fela into it. Talking about your father will be, who are you to say somebody will be embarrassed? My parents will be embarrassed. You know, people wonder when somebody says certain things to you and you react, and they're like, oh, you're just overreacting and being too emotional. Well, you're not my parent. So telling Sheon that your father will be so ashamed of you, it is not your place. Sheon could turn around and say, your dead mother will be so ashamed of you supporting Peter Obi. What would that look like? So we need to learn to respect one another's choice. We can only wish Nigeria well. We all want the good thing to happen to our country, and we are all showing our love the way we can show it. We just need to respect people's choice and stop vilifying people that support other candidates, which is common with Peter Obi supporters. That's all I have to say, that the Freeze is a democratic institution and we need to respect people's choice.
Absolutely, I agree with the last part. It's democratic. We need to respect people's choices. Over to you, Team Atiku Abubakar. What are your thoughts?
Well, I agree with you today's last statement. We are in a democratic world, and everyone should be given the privilege of acting in the best way they believe is they are going to achieve a goal. Well, I listened to Seun Kuti and Peter Okoye. I think one of those things is reacting to is that the same Peter Okoye who is supporting Peter Obi, he said he has wine and dine with rich politicians, with the thieves in our country. So why suddenly a man who has actually been doing that now starts supporting Peter Obi and against these rich people? But we cannot actually blame Security for what he has said, and we cannot also blame Peter Okoye for his past action. Business is business. He has the right to sing for whosoever he chose to sing for. We cannot also blame Security because he's one of the Nigerians who is passionate about seeing a better Nigeria. But what I think Peter Security was saying is that we should not be an hypocrite in everything we do. And this is common to the obedient. They are always thinking that they are concerned Nigeria. But if we check the base of the argument, they will, if they're not coming from ethnicity perspective, they will either be coming from this toggery, internet toggery stuff. And this is the time we ought to understand that Peter Obi, that Peter Abejele has been talking about, he said it is PDP, blah, blah, blah. And that also a sign of unseriousness. As Peter Abejele, I think forgotten that Peter Obi was a PDP for over 8 years or for over 10 years. So these are the things we are saying, that anytime we want to talk, we should be truthful, we should be factual. Let's not be emotional. Let's not always do things because it's sensational. So I think Kuti is only trying to correct P Square, that we should not be sensational with what we are doing. And I agree with him that we should not be sensational. We should not be like Peter Abejele, who his boss was the PDP before, but today they are trying to paint PDP blue and black. So I agree with Security. He has done the best thing, but that you should not take things personal with peace. Thank you.
I enjoyed you, Femi. For the first time, you're not fighting anybody. Now, because Peter Obi was mentioned twice, I would like to give, before we enter Gbasgbos, I would like to give Peter Ebojele 1 minute exactly to respond to the two of them, since both of them mentioned Peter Obi fans. So, Peter Ebojele, do you want to take that 1 minute?
Now, let me quickly say something.
Sorry, before you say anything,
There is difference between
come and eat catfish pepper soup.
when somebody's a football fan and 2023 election. We are passionate people. You see, a lot of times on Facebook, I have people that have unfollowed me, some have insulted me, bad people, article people. I tell them, listen, I am passionate because I want to save Nigeria. I want to be in the crew that will save Nigeria. I have voted for PDP in 2007, 2011, and 2019. I voted for APC in 2015 when Buhari began to disappoint us. I didn't vote him again. I'm not voting PDP, I'm not voting APC again. There are millions of us who have said we will vote for these liars. We want to vote Obi. Obi sold himself to us. And we believe what he's saying. That is it. So when people try to make, people attack you, they are Obi supporters, that's an attack on Obi supporters. So just imagine you throw me blow, you say me cannot blow back. That's the situation where we have found ourselves. A lot of times people just blame Obi supporters because they don't see any say for Obi body. We are passionate. In Champions League, if you support any team, if they win, it does not affect you economically. But in Nigeria now, when you keep supporting the people you know cannot perform, when they enter, they will affect you whether you like them or not. They will affect you either negatively or positively. And that is why we are passionate to bring in a government that will bring a positive story to Nigeria, give us a positive narrative. We do see, I have friends who are PDP.
What's the meaning of passionate?
We are still friends. Yes, I'm genuinely passionate to change Nigeria. My passion is seen in my voting ability. 2007, 2011, 2015, 2019. I'm not kidding. I'm passionate to change Nigeria. And that's why we want to vote Obi now. And it's they pay many people, but many of us who voted APC before, even Tinubu have said that Buhari failed. He failed with Obasanjo, he failed. He failed with Jonathan, he failed. He said Buhari have F level, F9, F8. But Tinubu supporters, before Tinubu began to attack Buhari, they said Buhari did well.
All right, I gave you 1 minute, Peter Obi. I said Peter Obi, Peter Ebojele.
Are you done?
No.
Because I think Fred wants to say something before I say.
Guys, we're going to Gbasgbos. I just wanted him to respond so that it will be fair because the two of you tackled him. So I just said, you know what? Okay, give him 1 minute to respond. Are you okay with that, Peter? Who is representing your team in Gbasgbos?
It's Mrs. Uche.
Mrs. Uche.
Yes.
Is she there?
Let me check.
Lynette, you typed a very long message, but I can't read it. My eye no good like that. Lynette sent 200 stars. Thank you so much. I don't know who she's supporting. Lynette, please mention who you are supporting. That would help. Now, Taste Buds, while we're waiting to join the Gbasgbos, big shout out to Taste Buds. She just served me some very, very hot and spicy catfish pepper soup. Look at you see catfish, it gets two very important things: salt and texture. If you miss the salt, the fish no go sweet. If you miss the texture, if you go and boil it on hot, you go and cook the pepper soup on hot fire, it go spoil. Now low steam that they take cook catfish pepper soup. Okay, mute your audio. They can't hear me. Everybody, please mute your audio. Mute your audio. All right. Like I was saying earlier on, my audio will be back now. Sorry, because their audios were. Can you guys hear me? It's better now, Abby. So I was saying, Taste Bud served me some hot catfish pepper soup. Look at the juiciness of that catfish. One thing with Taste Buds is she always knows how to get two things right: the salt and the texture of the fish. Many people don't know that when you are cooking catfish pepper soup, you can't cook it on high heat. It must be on low heat, or else the fish no go get that juiciness. It go just be like meat. So another thing I want to talk about is Taste Buds is offering discounted classes. For the first time in the history, Taste Buds, in the history of Taste Buds classes, there is a 10,000 naira class available for everyone. Her classes usually are master classes, so they're expensive. But for the first time, starting on Monday the 13th, which is this coming Monday, the course fee is 10,000 naira only for Taste Buds 4.0 and 15,000 naira only for Taste Buds 5.0 African and African fusion cooking. Okay? Invest in yourself. It is not free. 10,000 naira can make you a better wife or a better husband. 10,000 naira only can make you a better wife or a better husband. There are no giveaways because it is so affordable. 10K. 10K. She decided after a lot of consideration to make it as affordable as possible, because normally her courses go for 50K. Someone said we feed taste first, taste fire. After now, no more 10K. This is your last opportunity to take part in this particular opportunity. So if you are interested, take down this number: +234 909 644 8433. +234 909 644 8433. Can you guys hear me? My audio is bad. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
I can hear you.
All right. Please.
Yes, I've been trying to reach Mrs. Uche, but it looks like she's not available, so I will just continue.
Okay. Mrs. Uche is not available. Okay, hold on. Is my mute? Everybody mute. Is it better now? It's much better now. Okay, guys. So support Taste Buds NG. Right now, the number is +234 909 644 8433. 10,000 naira and 15,000 naira. 15,000 naira for African and African fusion dishes, and 10,000 naira for the Taste Buds 4.0 classes. Each of the classes will last 1 week. Participate now. Register now. I want at least 100 people to register from this live. There are 404 people watching on Instagram alone and TikTok and everybody else. 100 people register now. 10,000 naira only. Discounted class. Okay, I don't talk my own. The number is pinned there. So guys, are you ready for the Basbos?
Mrs. Uche is available. Let me... Priya will tell you a handle.
All right, Priya, give me the handle while we remove Peter Ebojele. Can you guys read me now, loud and clear? Okay, so we're waiting. Priye, please, can I have her handle? Priye, can I please have her handle? Priye, can I please have her handle? I love catfish pepper soup, especially when they get the texture. At Iyobosa. All right, awesome. Iyobosa Foundation, I've sent her a request. Are we ready? I've sent her a request. Mama, catfish a bit sweet, eh? I'm sorry, guys, if I don't eat it now, it will go off. Iyobosa, your network, I can't add you. You have the old one. You have the old network. I've sent you another request. Iyobo. Omo na wow. We not go bring Peter back like this. Iyobosa, we've sent you request again. Oh. Okay, Peter is still reflecting. Instagram is messed up. Oh. I might have to bring Peter back for the bass boost because if he's still showing that he's on, I don't know what we're going to do. So let's just bring Peter back. I've tried too many times, so we don't end up dulling here. Peter Ebojele, please send us his Instagram bugs. Sorry guys, I'm bringing Peter, logging out and coming back. Yes, I'm replying to your okay, you know what? Let me log out and come right back. Let me just do that. See, guys, me, I did where I did battle this very sumptuous catfish pepper soup. Make una no vex. My attention they divided. Mama Tuzi, Femi Aderogba. Oh yeah, send me request to where is she? Where is the lady? Oh, we don't come back.
Okay.
Oh yeah, where is the lady? Now she will log out for we don't come back. Oh, what's her name again? Who remembers her name?
Yabusa Foundation.
Okay, accept. I've seen her. All right, I've sent you the request. This one should be able to work. Hey,
Please.
Iyagbosa, how far?
I'm fine, no, I don't care. How far? I just enjoy your pepper soup alone.
No vex, so time for gas boost. If I no chop now, the thing go off.
I'm telling you.
You know, say catfish. Catfish, you have to
Good morning.
eat it quick.
How you doing? I'm good, thank you. How are you? I'm good.
All right, time for gas boost. Are you guys ready?
Yeah. You're ready.
10-minute time limit. Remember, in gas boost, there's nobody who goes first. Anybody will grab the mic. 9 get them. 3, 2, 1. And your time starts now.
Well, good evening, madam.
I even start. Good morning. Sorry, before I
Yeah, good morning.
I asked a question about Cheryl and Peter, and you guys are rubbing it about. Around the obedient family. If we talk now, I will say this and this. What was wrong about what Peter Bozele said when he just said he doesn't know much about what is going on, but that's Cheryl, right? That's his name. His own perspective, his own way of viewing it. So he didn't say anything wrong about whatever is going on. That you guys are kind of wrapping it like obedient and like that and like that. Sometimes when they talk, it baffles me. Like, are we really okay? Like, is this going on? That I said.
Are you trying to raise defense for Peter?
I don't really know
Because
the issue, but when they ask the question, go to that way. Don't drop it. Obedient are always like that. As in, when you go to the comment, you see that of Bat, you see that of your article. Everybody there gives their mind out, you know. But when
and are you feeling insecure?
like that, like, people should be brand the obedient like they are kind of.
Are you feeling insecure?
Okay, I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you. So I have a question for you. Is your name is Yobosa, right? Or is this something? Yeah. So from everything Peter said, we only picked out some things Peter said because he made reference that people don't respect other people's choice, and then we pointed out to him how that is something that is synonymous with what P-Square just did. The hypocrisy, the fact that he didn't see the hypocrisy in his own statement. So it wasn't a blanket statement to just say that obedient this and that. Because if Daddy Freeze decide to actually go in his comment section and actually pick out the comment section, he will see what is going on there. So the fact that no, wait, let me finish. You know, I actually kept quiet when you were talking because I really want to listen to you. Debate
You said
Yeah, so Peter, I think Peter is old enough to defend himself, and he should have done that. And if I understand you are trying to defend, the you're trying to defend the obedient.
no. He
Let's
has
let's
nothing to do with it. He said,
okay, fine. Okay, let's agree to disagree. Everybody needs to not generalize. Okay. Okay.
1 second. Can I say something? Iyobosa. Iyobosa.
Sir,
Your camera is dirty. You need to clean it.
it's my son. I don't know what he did. I don't know because it's inside the screen. How will I say it now? It's not the main camera, so I can't.
We need to remove the. You need to remove
The screen protector.
Sorry?
You need to remove the screen protector. Because you are blood. Everybody else is clear.
To be, sensitive about it. So which I would do, because I was told today that I was going on this live, so I wasn't.
Okay. Back to the. Now let me ask you a question.
Use your bank card. Use your bank card to pick the hedge. To help. It should help.
No. Maybe we should manage it.
I can see you though. I mean, we can see
Because
you.
people are complaining. That's why. All right. I want to ask Yabosa. I want to ask you, Yabosa, what is your take on the Iyobosa?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm used to Yoruba, Yabo. Sorry, don't be angry. What is your take on the Seun Kuti? I'm going to start the time again afresh. So don't worry. This is not because I can see that you wanted to say something about that. What is your take on the Seun Kuti, Peter Okoye feud? What is your take? Let's hear from you so that they can grasp those on that.
Let me be sincere with you, yeah. I actually don't know what is going on. I haven't seen the full him talking. I haven't seen that of Peter. I don't know what is going on. I only heard my husband this in the saying, what is going on? Why is Seun talking like this? And I'm like, okay, what's going on? Then Seun, the only statement I heard was Peter Obi. What did he say again? He's an hypocrite, right? And he left after doing primaries in PDP. He left, which Peter Obi didn't even go for the primaries. You understand? They didn't go for the primaries. And if you're in a place and you find out that the rules of that place is not favoring you, are you going to remain there? Peter Obi left PDP because he was tired of the whole system of PDP. And moreover, if Peter Obi wants to be hypocrite, he won't have gone to a lower party like Labour Party to start all over again. I mean, of you, your principal, can you risk leaving APC and go to AFGA or what's it called, Labour Party to start all over again? Come, let's be sincere. Yeah, you can't
First off, my own principle is not a political prostitute. My principle is not a political prostitute. Let's get that straight.
political process.
So, my principle is not a political prostitute. I'm not an opportunity. Not an opportunity. I'm not. You know what? I'm not going to dwell on that. I want to talk about the topic of the day.
Lady, come on, man.
We're going to talk about the topic of the day. Which is the
Question, yeah?
Go on, Femi.
Full details about it. You understand? I only went on there because they were generalizing the whole thing like obedient. When the issue is not obedient, you ask the person about Seun and that thing, and this idea of them always painting the obedient family to be this and that. It's becoming sometimes annoying because some of them say something
because if it quacks like a dog and walks like a dog, it is a dog. It's as simple as that. I said if it quacks like a dog and walks like a dog, it is a dog. Because we all know, in fact, it is a well-known thing that even Obi himself had to call his supporters to order because obedience.
All right, guys. Team leaders, hold on. Team leaders, hi, guys. Team leaders are saying we should go back to the topic. Basbos, I'm resetting your time, so your 10 minutes starts now. Let's do this.
I was making a point earlier on the ASU stores, blah blah the thing, and Pastor Peter was debunking that and telling me that it's not true.
Pastor Peter, not property seller.
No.
He's a pastor, not a property seller.
Okay.
You want to give names? Let's give names.
Okay, Peter Bojele, one of those things he argued for, he said there was no ASU strike in and blah, blah, blah of a thing. I think he always missed details, just like Bongoli. Bongoli like history, but he missed some details. But Peter is someone I know who always tries to be analytical, but unfortunately is always descriptive. Actually, in 2010, there was ASU strike in Anambra State University, and that was spanned around 3 to 4 months. And this was under Peter Obi administration. So I don't see a reason why Peter should be rejecting what is obvious. So and it is even true that Peter Obi doesn't have that capacity to empower the youth. He doesn't even have the capacity to
give empowerment now. He gave them job in the brewery. It's okay. He gave them beer.
Because
They can drink beer. That's empowerment.
Madam, let me talk. Madam, let me wait.
He gave them beer. Politicians against
She dey pay you name. Wait, make I talk now. Make I talk.
How many women did present in your campaigns?
Make I answer you. Wait, let me answer you. Tell me 3 things. Tell me 3 things that the
I
white
hope you're not asking that question. I hope you're not posing that question to me, but to Atiku. That how many women, how many youths?
Let me ask you 3 questions. Wait, calm down.
You do realize that the national women leader of APC is a 36-year-old Dr. Betta Adu, right? She's a 36-year-old woman that knows her onions, that actually holds her skills, that knows what she's doing. If you don't know, you can go find out. Don't be reading propaganda. We've been doing propaganda since weeks.
Let's not overlap
Please,
ourselves.
let's just talk about empowerment and stuff. Let's go on there. We are listening.
Now, you are asking me a question, but I want to put a question to you. I know if I have to say something about Tinubu, I will say yes, Tinubu is a man that actually empowers his wife. We all know Remi Tinubu as a senator, I think 3 times or 2 times senator of Nigeria. Now, tell me 3 things about the wife of Peter Obi. Just tell me 3 initiatives she has actually, executed while being the governor.
I'm not going to answer your question because you asked me, because these people, everything about Peter Obi is verifiable. But I'm just going to say one thing. Peter Obi, when he was a governor, he did not put his wife like you all put your family in politics. But that doesn't mean that she didn't do anything as a woman. You understand? You must not be a politician.
I think you're missing the wait.
Answer your question.
Wait, you got it wrong. Let me tell you what the Constitution says about the wife of the governor. Let me tell you what the Constitution says about it. You are not detailed. Let me be sincere with you. You are not detailed about your candidate or your boss or your superior. You are just here
to your candidate. Don't tell me about yours.
I'm asking you a question. I told you. Wait, hold on, please.
No, wait.
Okay, let me tell you something. This is why we have to vote for Atiku. Okay, let me wait. Hold on.
Wait. Politicians, like they say, they have sweet.
You obedient are always emotional. The only problem I have with you guys, the only problem I have with you guys is that you are always emotional, illogical, and you play irrelevant arguments most time. See, hold on. I ask you a simple question. Hold on, no. You see, let me tell you something. Madam, let me lecture you a little bit. Just like I do lecture your superior. Madam,
a woman. Commissioner for Education, a woman. Accountant General, a woman. Okay?
Are you a feminist? My question is, are you a feminist? Wait, madam, hold on. Madam, please, let me talk. Wait, let me talk. See, I ask you a simple question. Okay, I ask you a simple question. But I think your own logo is A plus compared to Peter Bojele. But let me remind you of something. Why we need to vote for Alhaji? Wait, why we need to vote for Alhaji Atiku Abubakar is that he has also empowered his wife. He allowed his wife to actually carry out initiatives that empower women.
Which of the wives?
Alina Titilayo, Atiku Abubakar. I'm not like you. No, I'm not like you who doesn't know the details of your superior. Wait.
Well, is it the one
Wait,
that said that
madam.
he vote for his own that will be the first Yoruba first lady? Are you kidding me? Is it that?
See,
why?
You are just acting like Jonathan White.
He
Then,
is the man.
the Jonathan White we have that.
Why is it the English man will be there because they make that they will not get what they do?
You are emotional. You are emotional. And debates are not meant for emotional people.
Femi, one thing is this. I'm not going to say she's emotional. She knows exactly what she's doing and she knows exactly what she's saying. Unfortunately, of course, what she's saying. Wait. Let just hold on. I'm going to tell you what you're saying. What you are saying is full of junk. That is what I'm going to say. I just asked you. You're annoyed. So you are telling me, obviously, you are one of those women that believe that because my husband did something, I should always hide behind him and I should never aspire for something for myself. If, like Femi said, if there's any one of them that actually supported women, that's actually enabled and empowered women to get to position of authority and help them in professional life or in political life, it's Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. If he's the only candidate, besides his wife, do you want to talk about Abike Dabi, or you want to talk about, maybe you've heard about late chief meetings with Kemi Nelson before. I'm sure you've not heard of that. I just told you about the 76-year-old woman. Don't worry, I don't like to argue with people that don't come to the table with facts. I want to argue with people that are actually having something factual to back up their claims, not people that read things up on the blog of somebody or from some whatever Twitter, whatever space that you are reading it from. You need to come here with facts and figures, not some propaganda linked beer parlor talk that you are talking about. One thing is that maybe if Femi tells you they are emotional, they will say it's a man. Why would he say that to a woman? Now, woman to woman, they talk. So they can accuse you of trying to not let you talk. Now, you Sabi, me, I've already said my point. When you're coming next time, please come with something factual, something that actually can be verified. All those people that you said Peter empowered, why are we not seeing them talk for him? Why are they not campaigning for him? Why are they not campaigning for him? Why are they missing in action? Why are Peter's people that he has empowered? Why are they missing in actions? Why are they not campaigning for him? Because we do see both men and women, old and young, that Tinubu empowered. Yeah, so Tinubu, I mean, Obi did excellently well in Anambra. People are still running away from Anambra to come into Lagos, right? Don't worry. They're here. February 25 is already here. It's how many days more? February 25 is here. Don't worry. We will see how patriotic, how passionate about Nigeria you are on the 26th, on the 27th, on the 28th. By next year, we will see your passion, your sudden passion for Nigeria now. We will see. No, I don't need to come back. You know, you've been making noise.
Guys, calm down one at a time.
When Tinubu was a governor, which woman? Peter Obi, when he was a governor, did you live in Lagos? Obviously, you didn't live in Lagos. If you live in Lagos, or you know people that lived in Lagos pre-1999, you would not say, well, even a blind people, thank God that the freeze is born and bred in Lagos, grew up in Lagos. He has actually told us about Lagos before. And about how he was part of the young people that Tinubu actually encouraged to help with things going on. So I'm not going to get into the gutter with you, please. I use my brain for something that is very, very important. Not all of this. Look at your spokesperson. How do you know? How do you know? People, they are not you, Tabi. They are not Nigerians. They are invisible to you. I don't get time. You have let us deviate from what we are talking about, because obviously you ask them, I want to please let me just come and reward everybody and make noise and shout and all of that, but nothing meaningful to contribute to the discussion, because we are supposed to talk about something very important, which is women empowerment. And I expect you as a woman like myself, and as somebody that says Yobo Foundation, which means you have foundation, we should be talking about what you're doing or what you plan to do, not be talking about some propaganda list something. You should be telling me what your candidates want to offer Nigeria, not the other way around. The other way around. If you want to come here, just like typical Obi supporters, they never have anything to say that Obi wants to offer Nigeria. The only thing they have to say is to criticize Tinubu, criticize Atiku, but never Don't you empowerment of women? Is it what did you say? What did you say? Is it about putting your wife or your mother, your wife, as you are not just so do you know anything about Senator Remi Tinubu? You think she's a woman that cannot own an own regardless of her husband's status in the society? Or is it Titi Abubakar that cannot own a home? You know, not everybody is a non-entity. And obviously, you are one of those women, as much as you claim to be somebody that empowers other people, you are one of those women that like to tear another woman down. Obviously, it is showing. Goodbye, lady, please. The campaign rally, no woman is there. You are supporting a man that has no woman, nobody. When they are doing the rally, they are old men, no youth is there. No woman is there. And you come and you tell me that this is important to you. It's good to say, my principal is going to do this, my principal is going to do it. What are they done? What are they doing now? Let's not even go back to 2009. Let's look at now. Let's look at the rallies. Let's look at the campaign, whatever. I don't know how to go. How many women are there? How many youth are there? So if you should say white and call it black. You were talking and you said this is very important to me. This is very dark, and yet you are supporting somebody that doesn't even have one woman in his whatever. Only when they want to go to the market to confuse women, take their vote and after vote. Well, that is your own opinion, and you have. You know what? You know the beauty. You know the beauty of democracy. You have the right to your own opinion. You have the right to write somebody else's story for them. So good luck, madam. I have nothing else to exchange with you. Thank you very much. You know the truth, but you are just shying away from it.
Please allow me to talk. Allow me to talk now. You know, I've been calm. See, you know, well, I'm not surprised. I'm not actually surprised to see. I'm not actually surprised.
Everything that People's Wife brought to the Lagos, that since she has been a senator, how many times she brought to Lagos?
Honestly, I'm not surprised to see the obedient woman, you know.
Don't be surprised. Don't say obedient.
I'm not surprised because you guys are always, you are known to be reading scripts. This will be the first time.
I have not gone to your ratified or your articulated. No.
You know, I think you need to be lectured on how to actually engage in public debate.
I don't need to be lectured.
Public debate is not about shouting. No, you've been shouting. You've been making noise. Honestly, to be honest with you, you've been making noise.
This obedient and this, obedient and that. What is
I think you jumped the class.
What is your problem?
I think you jumped the debate class because
if the candidate,
if you've just been making noise all this while, but
among all of them, how many of them has been talking about the youth and women? Peter Obi. Anyway, Peter Obi, because he talks about women and youth. Youth, take back your country. How many of your principal don't even measure you not to talk of youth? You don't even measure youth. You don't even measure not to talk of women. Excuse me. You're telling me. So, let me ask you a question. You know what? We've been making too much noise. We've been making too much noise. Okay, we've been making too much noise. Exactly what are you trying to tell us, Iyobusa? Exactly what I'm listening. You have what I've been trying to tell you is this. No, you haven't said anything. Listen now, listen. They're going to talk now, they're going to do like about the year word. Do you want to talk? When he was a governor, listen. When he was a governor, his deputy was a woman. Chief of staff, a woman. Commissioner for planning, woman. Commissioner for education, woman. Because there's too many. I know people tell me, wait. You got to call the president. Are you done? The senator. Continue, Yobosa. Continue. So what is Peter's plan? Tell me one that your principal has done. Tell me one. No, I'm not done with that question. No, you know what? Femi, there's a reason why I said, you should please hold on. Yobosa, now I'm going to ask you a follow-up question. And my follow-up question is this. No, I'm going to ask you because you people like to come here and make noise. What is Obi's plan? What is Obi's plan for women? What is Obi's plan to empower women? What is Obi's plan? What is Obi's plan? You see, we say they don't have anything to offer. They don't have anything to say. Nothing to offer. Nothing. Empty. When we say that, they will say, oh, we are just saying this and we are this thing. Good luck. Good luck, okay? Good luck. February 25, don't come. Everybody will go back. Know their level. Most people in the APC and PDP are obedient. So don't okay, no problem. Thank you very much. We don't get it. Thank you for the information. We have heard, as usual, empty.
I beg somebody to just shout out this morning. Please, can you please regulate this? This woman has just been shouting since morning.
Okay, guys, I'm going to give you 5 more minutes. I'm going to give you 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes of decent conversation.
People call me, you just talk, and start obedient, and then you go later you be telling me obedient are like this. Excuse me. Say empty. Is it your brain that is empty your mind?
You need a class from Blume, your boss. Blume, your boss. Well, I don't blame you. That's how Blume has also been doing.
Guys, come on, stop taking shots.
Why will you blame me? Why will you blame me when I'm giving fat about my principal? Give fat about your
You
principal.
keep shouting. You've not been making points. Sincerely speaking, you've not been making points. You keep shouting.
What point do you want me to make? I just told you.
All right, guys, I'm going to regulate this. Hold on. Hold on. Iyobosa, I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Talk. Then everybody else is going to respond. And so in 6 minutes, we're done. Your 2 minutes starts now.
Sorry, I know you. Let them talk. Let them talk. Then I will talk after my 2 minutes. See, they said I will talk.
No,
Let them talk and come and talk my 2 minutes. No. I'm stopping, right? People now talk now. 1 year. People now talk. Don't ask me any question. Tell me what your principal have done and what are the Tell me. Sorry that it's
I don't know if you've been using earpiece since we'll be talking all this while for an hour. Maybe if you want to learn, wait, madam, let me talk. If you want to learn what we've said about our candidate or our superior, you can go back to the videos and check it.
You want to ask me questions? Are you listening to yourself? If I want to know, you come and be honest. Tell me now that I'm ready to listen. Tell me.
I don't even have business with you again. Honestly, I don't have business with you.
Can you imagine empty vessel?
Daddy Queen, how do you? And this is your show, please.
Can you imagine?
You ask somebody to do something, and that person is not changing the order of the show. She doesn't own this show.
Excuse me.
She gave you.
No, to be fair with her, she said since she has been talking, let others respond. So I'm going to end by telling her to talk so everybody else, because that's where we started. So Iyobosa, please put your thoughts together.
Because these people, there's no way you cannot talk when they are talking because they are talking.
Put your thoughts together and your 2 minutes starts now.
Well, it's not actually funny to me, I've always known the obedient team to always come here and read scripts. So this will be the first time I'm saying someone who's not reading script. So, and that shows how poor obedience can be if they are not reading script. So now back to the discussion. Like I said, when we're talking about youth empowerment, obedience has failed. Peter Obi has failed. When we're talking about women empowerment, he has failed. Because I asked this woman a simple question. I said, can you please tell me something attributable to the wife of Peter Obi? You find nothing to say. So what are we talking about? Well, let me remind you, in case you don't know. The wife of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, the great Amina Titilayo Atiku Abubakar, she was the founder of Women Trafficking and Child Labor Eradication Foundation. And you know what that actually means. Also, she was also one of the initiators of the bill that led to the establishment of the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Person. And this is why we've been talking that when our superior gets to government, number one, he's going to engage in his wife to actually move policies, empower women. And one of those things she's going to stop or is going to stop is child trafficking. That is one. Number two, when he gets to government, he is going to ensure that women are actually holding some political power in the area of economy, in the area of welfare, in the area of security and other stuff. And we have actually traced this to the past. While he was the vice president, we saw him working with several women and achieving the goals that have actually made Nigeria to be one of the strongest economies in Africa. Unfortunately, Peter Obi, that was in PDP before now, he has done almost nothing in even empowering his wife, to lead initiatives that can empower the youth and the women. That is number one. You can invalidate my thought with facts and not shouting. If you shout, I'm going to break you and I'm going to, turn into a usual bass goal. So number two is that Peter Obi, if he has actually empowered youth,
we would have had more people, migrating from Lagos to Anambra State. Rather, we have the reverse. We have more people moving from Anambra. If you need the stats, I can show you. People moving from Anambra to Lagos State. And these are youth. So if you tell me that Peter Obi has actually empowered youth, what can we show for it? Don't forget as well, Peter Obi told us one time, he said he is richer than Biden. That poor man said he is richer than Biden, and we cannot see him investing in Anambra State. All we know is that he owns breweries or whatsoever, invested in brewery that makes people to be drunkards, to behave the way you are behaving.
That's unfair. Caution. That's unfair.
All right, I'm sorry. But we are talking about what Peter Obi has done in investment-wise. If you ask me what Atiku have done, I will tell you he owns farm in Adamawa State. I will tell you he owns university in Adamawa State. But when we're talking about Peter Obi, we cannot see one thing he has done. When Brume will talk, Brume will tell me he distributed laptop. That of Canada will tell me he distributed laptop, blah, blah, blah. No, that's not what we're talking about. We are talking about the initiative they've done. And this is where I'm rounding up. Please, if you want to argue with facts. Don't shout, don't rant, just argue with facts. And I stop here for a while. Thank you.
All right. Over to the last person.
Mama Tuesday, I think it's your turn, yeah?
Mama Tuesday, over to you.
2 minutes later, after you, I'll come up by 2 minutes. I think it's your turn, Mama Tuesday.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I thought we had just ended up. I think we all got carried away with our shouting match. So the thing is, I know from your handle, you said it's the Yobosa Foundation. So that kind of gives me a clue that you have some kind of programs that you are running, which, when I see fellow women doing things to make a change, I'm always so happy. I always want women to do more, because I'm someone that believes deeply in women empowerment, that a woman should be able to aspire to anything. And that's another reason why I actually like Ashwaju. Not all men can support their wives to attain something like that and still stand by them. So, yes, in her own right, she could do it herself. She doesn't need her husband's support. But she did it. And she represents her constituencies well. There are programs. All you need to do is just Google oluremitinubu.com. You can see it. Our constituents will tell you things. She has programs for widows, for young youth. Empowerment is there. They do a lot of skills acquisition, give them equipment that they need. So yes, besides his wife, there are other women. Late Mrs. Nelson, Kemi Nelson, was one of the people with Ashwaju. In fact, that was the only female person on the Lagos State Economic Advisory team. So, and then you have Abike Dabiri. Then you said you don't see women. That's quite unfortunate, because I know you are not watching APC campaigns. I'm very sure you've not been watching, because you would have seen that women go out. In fact, one of them that is popular is Joke Silva. That is one of the popular ones, as a matter of fact. And then the women leader, the national leader, not state, not local government, the national women leader for APC, as big as APC is a 36-year-old Dr. Betta Edu. There are other people more competent that could have gotten that, but she got the support she needed. A lot of these women, when you talk to them, they will tell you, Ashwaju supports you. It's going to help you, not by money or anything. It's going to give you the skills you need. It's going to tell you, this is how you need to talk to your grassroots. You need to get to your grassroots, coach you, mentor you. So somebody coming here to tell me that Ashwaju is anti-women or anti-youth, that is far from the truth. You can always find the information. In fact, I made reference that Daddy Freeze had mentioned before on this platform what with Tinubu's initiative they had during his administration. He was one of the people that the young men then, that government tried to use to help them with some of the programs. So this is a testimony to it. So and I grew up in Lagos. I lived through Lagos before 1999, during 1999, post 2003. So I know, I'm not speaking from just reading something. This is something I lived. So when we say we support Tinubu, it's fact-based. Everything everything I say here is supported by fact. And of course, everybody in Nigeria, nobody wants Nigeria to be like Anambra. They want Nigeria to be like Lagos. And if somebody didn't actually work, Tinubu is not going to fix Nigeria, just like Daddy Free said. Nobody can fix Nigeria in 8 years. But we need somebody that can think outside the box, that can get us to on the right path, and then hopefully whoever will be coming after that person can stay within that plan and then make progress. So don't get me wrong when I'm saying this thing. I don't have anything personal against anybody or against Mr. Obi himself. I don't have a personal thing against him. I just believe that based on his record and what he did in Anambra, I won't consider that. In fact, I won't give him a B or a C sincerely. If I want to give him, I'll give him a C minus. But you know, I respect you. I respect what you're doing. I don't just want women tearing other women down. And we need to appreciate when we see women in positions of authority and trying to, you know, uplift ourselves. We need to encourage that. That's all I want to say, Daddy Freeze. Thank you. Okay.
I'm sorry, guys. We don't have. I'm sorry, guys. I wanted to say something. We don't have power. Because of the current shortages in fuel. You can see this has never happened before. This is a new low, a very low. But hey, what else can we say? So let's round off and let me announce the winner of Star Wars.
My 2 minutes, so I still have my 2 minutes.
Yes, so 2 minutes to you and then we round off.
Okay, Peter Obi is known for strong commitment to empowering women in politics. He has made it a priority to promote gender equality and encourage women to take leadership roles. When Peter Obi was a governor, he approved 400 million naira for the youth empowerment in the state for whoever acquires skills under a program initiated by the state government. Peter Obi also gives 24 million naira to the unemployed youth in, I think, Aguli, to the Aguli people. Yes, to the Aguli people, in which 240 youth benefited from it, and they got 100,000 each. And this is what he has been doing. He kept doing every month, not just that. I'm just using this as an example. He also got 20 Sienna, 21 shuttles, buses were also provided for the youth. Even a honorable Azubike Okoye described Peter Obi as the son of Aguli, the true son of Aguli, for doing, and he even pointed out that Peter Obi even empowered him as an opposition party. This is something that is not even in Peter Obi, because we all know that when Peter Obi was the governor in Abga, you had no one. But yet he empowered people. So this is something that's not even in his own party that's even saying this. So there are so many things we can go on and on. How he has a track record of corporate action. People don't just talk. He does them. He says them. And all these were among the three candidates that have been going up, to the rallies and everything. Peter Obi is the only one that kept saying, youth, take back your country. Peter Obi is the only one that kept talking about women. If you even see the spokesperson, two of them are young ladies. Two of his spokespersons are young ladies. Aisha Yusuf, you can see the role that she's playing. She's not playing a battle. She's like the front runner. Aisha Yusuf is there. So these are examples that Nigerians should see. If you look at APC rallies, you see old men with all due respect to them. But these men are old. You hardly see women. Women, they just say, yes, only when they want to go for market women or mothers go for that, when they remember the women they will call that. Then after an election, they leave them to go to their normal, usual life. If you go to PDP, you will see the same old men there. No youth, nothing. And yet, you youth people are youth. Are here telling me this and that. Let's be sincere. Let's be open. If you really want to say, among these three candidates, who among them has been saying, and just even let's look at their past. Who amongst them has even done something? Let's look at what they have done, not how we do this. Yes, they will all come out with sweet mouths. Politicians are like that. We know. You people are reading your what they call it now, what your principal will do and what will not do. But I have not heard it from your principal actually, because they don't come online. So you people are the spokespeople. So let me just say, okay, they don't go for TV interviews. So you have been saying that, but for people to believe what they are saying is they need to look at what they have done in the past, and they need to look at what they're even doing now to say, okay, this is the person we can trust. And this year election must be based on trust, on somebody character that we can trust. Not I will give you like students loan. Today will not see anything. Today will not see like today students they spend 8 years for university. These are all the promises, and our youth are just there. They are going older by the day, and when they finish school, no work, nothing. So please, if we really want to say who will do all of these things, let's look at what they are doing now. Enough of all this black, you see black, you call it white. And we are not here to fight each other, but sometimes it gets on your nerves when you see people, they know the fact, but they just want to debate and say something because they want to sell a particular candidate to you, which of course they know that that candidate is not viable. You cannot sell it. So we end here.
All right. So 1 minute each for your final parting thoughts. Who's going to go first?
Ashwaju.
All right, go ahead.
Well, thank you everyone for staying on this long. We've been on this, I think it's been more than 13 weeks actually that we've been doing this. Probably it's a long time. That's why when I started this night, I said I'm not going to go back trying to debunk stories and propaganda because I think at this point it's complete waste of time. We've all, at this point, if you don't know who you are supporting sincerely, good luck. The information you've heard, it is your responsibility as a citizen, as a responsible citizen, to sift through the noise and find something factual and educate yourself. You don't need to listen to me. You don't need to listen to Yobasa. You don't need to listen to Femi. You need to listen to yourself and ask yourself, what is in it for me? How committed am I to this country? You know, people will come. Everybody have their own agenda. So don't just say it's what Mama Tuzi said. I actually did Oppo research on all three. So, and that's how I ended up with this one of all three of them. So all I can say is Ashwaju has done tremendously well during his administration in Lagos. He's one of the people that actually fought for this democracy that is giving me and everybody else the opportunity to run our mouth on social media, you know. But one thing I do know is this choice, 2023, is a very, very delicate time. You need to choose wisely. You need to think deeply and do your research. Get all the noise out because, anyway, that's all I can say because there's nothing anybody can say to a lot of people that will convince them. Just do your own research. Do yourself a favor and research things from verifiable, reputable place, whether news media or whatever. Just know where you are getting your news from. It's very important. Thank you, Daddy Freeze. Thank you so much. And thank you, guys.
All right, guys. It's sad that we have a power situation in the country on the backdrop of the fuel scarcity. It's almost impossible to get diesel in today's Nigeria. We've never had to be without power, but we are where we are right now, and this is Nigeria. This is Nigeria for us all. So once again, I'm going to say thank you to all of you who showed up. Does anybody have anything to say?
Yes, I have something to say. Well, I want to appreciate our audience for the patience they've taken to watch us. And I want to appreciate the co-debaters, you know, for us rubbing minds together and sharing ideas. It has been a great one and a lovely one, and perhaps I've stepped on anyone's toes. I accept my apologies. Yeah, back to the election. We all know that Ashwaju and Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, they were friends and they've been fighting for democracy. But why we should vote for Alhaji Atiku Abubakar is because he appears healthy than his friend, which is Ashwaju. He also has proven track record at the federal level than Ashwaju. And don't forget that Peter Obi is actually his mentee. So, and mentee may not know work than the mentor himself. So that means that Alhaji Atiku Abubakar is topping the list of personality that can govern us. I want us to research further about him, and if we find it convincing, please let's not hesitate to vote him in the forthcoming election. Thank you, and God bless.
So I want to say that.
What about Mama Tuesday? Have you said your part? Mama Tuesday, have you spoken?
Yes, she has.
Okay, so Yobosa, 1 minute, your final thoughts.
Okay. Peter Obi has been recognized both nationally and internationally as for his effort to promote gender equality. So there is no, I won't even go there. Everything I've said so far is verifiable. So in my principal's language, go and verify. They are all there. We don't just come online to debate. We always do our research. We do our everything that we need to do. Check it before we come online. So everything you can go and verify and then see for yourself. Please do not forget, vote LP. On that day, you're going to see LP, not Peter Obi, not Labour Party. LP, Mama, Papa, Pikin. Mama, Papa, Pikin. Please vote. For some people, vote on conscience, but see some people still vote, still they campaign for APC and PDP. It shows that we still need to work on our conscience as Nigeria. So right now, I'm going to say vote Peter Obi. Vote Obi that ticket, and they are the best. They are the best people. We are not saying they are going to fix the whole country, but they will lead us to the right place, the right way to go. They will take us from this bondage that we have to solve to something wonderful. So please, let's give them the benefit of that. Let's not keep tolling same road, APC, PDP all the time. Let's change and see what we can get from Peter Obi. Nobody is a saint. We are not saying Peter Obi is a saint, but trust me, among them, Peter Obi is the one that we can rely on. So please, Mama, Papa, Pikin, LP. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
All right, guys. Big shout out to everyone. Take good care of yourselves. Let me announce the winner before the batteries die, because we don't have more. We don't have power. So the winner, today's show is a reflection of the Nigeria that needs to change.
That the freeze were breaking and they allowed no let best hear what, because now
all right, everybody mute your sounds. All right, so what I was trying to say earlier on is today's show is a reflection of the Nigeria that needs to change. Look at me, we've never had power issues on this show, but guess what? That's the reality. There's no fuel, there's no diesel, you know. There's no NEPA. Earlier on, I tried to sleep. Now sweat wake me up. I just realized, what's happened? We never have power issues unless there is scarcity of fuel, which is what we're suffering from right now. To queue for fuel now takes hours. I don't know which one is even worse, the fuel situation or the banking situation. But you know how Nigeria is, and you know how Nigeria plays out. So that's what I'm going to say. Everybody don't collect. Once you leave for Nigeria, you go collect. Oshuoju. Take care, guys. God bless you, and lovely hanging out with you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Bye, everybody.